pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Everybody for coming to our meeting tonight. We'll hopefully relatively quick, so roll call. Amy. Here. Sheila. Here. Lacey. Here. Anita. John. Myself present. I can get a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting, August 5th. Favor? Aye. Get approval for the minutes of July 1st, 2025. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Financial report. Motion to accept the financial report. Make the motion. Discussion. We had the budget. That's our total return. So the bills for the month was $13,879.61. Yeah, we had a couple larger. We had a massive tree that Steve Stephens cemetery. This thing was probably close to 30 inches around. He did a beautiful job up there. Guy did. I never even heard the guy, but when I looked at it, he did a very nice job cleaning everything up, got all the dead stuff out of there. And we had one for like a $3,900 bill, which was Anita's new desk and stuff in her office that was approved for her to revamp the office a little more user friendly for her. Right, so I'll just vote. Okay. So all in favor of the financial report? Aye. Opposed? Yeah. So, can I get a motion for payment? Second. Any discussion on the payment of the bill? That was actually kind of jumped ahead a little bit on some of the. I apologize. So we get double. So if there's anything else, one thing I will note that people are doing a very good job taking advantage of the dump passes. I mean, so we've been trying to promote them to help keep stuff get cleaned up. So that's a good thing. Next. Second, should we roll call on that? Yes. All right. On the old business. After months and months of trying to get with the master plan, everybody has a copy on the back of it. Southwest or South Central Michigan Planning Commission has put together, and I know we're not going to vote on this tonight, but I just want to update on it. They put a proposal together on how to do the master plan that's suited to us. I was under the impression that we could get involved with the county, but the county is already too far along and they will not take any for their master plan. So the prices on these are between 9,500 and 11,500, depends on how with the master plan. So we'll have to go through this a little bit more, and then next month we can make a decision. This, yeah, there's not many companies that do this. We gotta figure out what we want to do. If you could do any ordinance changes. So, just want to update on that. Right, new business. With the amount of, we've had multiple new families move into town, horse and buggies, Amish families that are coming down. I would like to get approval to put a hitching post over on the south side of the driveway. Right now, we have no places for when they come in to pay taxes, get permits or anything to tie horses up. I would like to show them that they're, welcome to our community, make it so we have something for, I mean, just every place else does. We do handicap parking, we do everything else. So I feel it's in the best interest that we do that. We make a spot for them to be part of our township on that. So, I'm guessing somewhere between $500 to $600 in pipe and posts and stuff like that. Everybody's thoughts on that?
You would just do one spot?
I think it would be like probably 2 spots wide. I mean, so they could figure, maybe like, yeah, one section, maybe 20 foot, so they could get 3 horses. I mean, I don't think we'd ever be more than that, but I mean, be something simple and just. Yeah, listen.
Yeah, I just have a question about that, but.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we say we'll look at doing it, if I can do it for under $500, in favor? Okay, appreciate that. So, get going. August 8th during the garage sales, we are going to be closed here at the office. There's enough traffic there. I mean, the traffic's crazy enough going up and down through here. We had few prior commitments. I know Bobby needed a little bit of time. You needed a day off, didn't you? That, and we didn't have somebody to fill in, so we checked with our attorney. Everything's legal. We can close down. We had it posted for about 10 days now outside there. Like I said, just alleviate the traffic, because like I said, it does get accident, and then hopefully we do not need to fire the trucks out at all that day. So just want to make that so everybody is aware of that. Okay. Next, I need approval of appointments to our ZBA zoning board of approval. Brian Bailey was already approved, but not voted on by the board for last, because we had a zoning board when Tom Scott resigned. He moved out of the area, so we got Brian on there. So we had a third member, so we had a quorum because we had to do a ZBA out at Clear Lake. We had 5 candidates. The ones that I have chose to fill the other spots, Dakota Lafferty to be our 4th member, and then Tommy Morris as our alternate member to be on. So should we do those separate or do them all together? Okay. So, like someone to make a motion to approve Brian Bailey, Dakota Lafferty as members of the ZBA, and Tommy Morris as the alternate.
A motion to delegate as Dakota.
Yes. Okay. Last item on our new business is getting a debit card for the office. We have been doing multiple mailings. Lacey does the stamps for all the voting and stuff. A lot of places are charging us the 3% fee, that don't want to do credit cards. So we discussed it in the past and we did away with it. Kind of shot the idea down. I've met with the bank. They have it set up where the limits are on it. It's like 500 a day. They do not close an account like a personal one if you have a debit get hacked. So they insured us that our bank accounts are safe. They're not going to ever shut our bank accounts down. The most they would do is the 500, shut it down, investigate it, get it taken care of. So I want to get a debit card for Lacey and Bobby to use for mailing stuff like that, because right now every time we do a reimbursement check, minimum is 83 cents per check. Buy a check for, and then Lacey's time to do it. If we have to mail these checks out, you're $1.55 to $1.70 per check. And like we had one that was the other day, it was like a $6, $5.87. You know, and by the time you do that, we're spending almost $10 to do that. It's a waste of money. So I would like to have approved to have a debit card for the office use.
Now,
Has to
would
be.
that be Township?
It would be White Pigeon Township, and
Okay.
Bobby and Lacey would be approved.
You have one.
I have a credit card and Anita has a credit card. So, yeah, so they're like, so when we go out, if we go out to a store or vendor or whatever, we can use those, for that part of it. But like the local stuff, the postal,
Mhm.
the mailing her, voter stuff that she needs, we can do debit card. It's easier for Lacey to record and do that and be done with it. Yeah.
Or never a problem. I did not have to cut myself.
I could get a motion to approve a debit card for the office. Second it. Roll call. Yes. All right, so that is the end of our old business and new business. So we are to the portion of public comment. Lewis.
Okay. Reason I wanted the audience was to just let you know for resignation. Website. So far, we've only got one person.
It would be nice having a representative in that spot. So if anybody can think of anybody, I've been on around, I've asked a couple people that might try to get them to step up. So
There's a lot of paper.
Yep.
And then
and is there like any, like I know
so you gotta make sure that there wouldn't be a conflict.
okay.
And then I was going back to your horse and hitching post is what I'm thinking they call it, but I know of a business that is gonna be doing the same thing.
Yep.
And it was important that they provide a bucket.
Yep, a bucket, we already bucket there. I looked at one online that has a hook for the shovel to go right on it and the can, yep.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna have a mess there, especially if it's on the pavement portion.
Right.
Now, the business I'm thinking about, they're gonna put it in the grass field off the pavement,
Okay.
cause it's easier to, you know, when they pick it up, if they leave some behind, it'll be
Right, right.
biodegradable.
Well, we got Jeff with the fire truck, he knows it
Yeah.
now.
So that was just an idea, don't.
Yeah,
forget
yeah, no,
the bucket.
we were trying to figure out an area to do it, and like the best that we thought, you know, would be if we did it like straight across along the grass there, and then if there is something left, we can sweep it out on the grass if there's
Yeah,
something left
or hose
over,
it
and then
down,
hose it down, and,
I mean, I think that from what I've understood, I've talked to many of the Amish people who I deal with, and they said, yeah, if there's a bucket there, we'll pick up,
yep,
so.
So, all right.
Chief, I have a question.
Yes.
For the opening for the road commission board, is it a conflict for a township employee? You know, like we had that problem with the township employee being on our board. So is it a conflict for a township employee to be on the road commission board?
I can't speak
Okay.
on that yet, because I don't know 100%, but
Okay.
just off the top of my head, I would think
Well,
that if it's an employee of the township, there might be a conflict.
Okay.
But conflict only exists if they're gonna vote on something to benefit their township. So,
So they
In my
could
opinion-
abstain maybe.
yeah, they can abstain,
Hmm.
but you gotta find out from the Open Meetings Act, because there's only certain things people can abstain
Mhm.
from. Otherwise, you have to vote.
right.
So,
And then an employee would, I mean, they don't vote on anything that goes on in
yeah.
here, but I mean, yeah, that would be a good question. I mean, I would have to,
Yeah, well, they'll find out. If they apply, they'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody will address the issue if it becomes a conflict. Like I know one guy that wants to apply, he's the father of an employee of the county road commission.
yeah,
And there's a conflict there, obviously. Because, because it's family, there's nepotism and all that stuff, so.
yeah,
I guess that can be dealt with on an
individual,
individual
yeah, yeah.
basis. If they apply, if there's a conflict, they'll be informed.
Okay, perfect. Anybody else?
I have
Going
a
once?
question,
Oh,
I have a question about the master plan.
yes.
Do you know if other townships in the county signed up with the county? Are we one of the few that didn't?
There's a few, about 40% signed up with them, is what I was told by the Southwest Michigan Council. They were the ones that kind of did a rough draft for them. So with all the townships, so that's what he told me is yesterday. Cause I'm like, well, I mean, White Pigeon was approached by it prior to us getting in, and they didn't wanna go on with that because apparently it had been signed up for 3-4 months ago was like the,
Right.
and if you weren't involved in it way back last year to get on that cut, you didn't make it. So, and they redo it every 5 years.
Every 5 years you have to update it.
So we need to do something to get it running, and we have special circumstances and, some of the lakes, some of the properties that we have. So there might be a few different things that we want to add into ours. And one of the things like the master plan, they will put together a questionnaire and a survey. They'll actually send people come down and do some of that to find out what are some of our goals for our township that we would like to see. And then kind of put the master plan in place that works for our entire township.
Okay,
Instead of just being like, a cut and dry might work until we would see it, we wouldn't know.
okay.
So, yeah.
And then the other thing is, I understand that maybe, they're looking at installing flock security cameras in the township?
It's just it was an idea that was brought up. They have not purchased it, signed any contracts. When we had the supervisors meeting, what they did is they were looking at possibly getting a grant. The idea was brought to us there, and so some of the hot spots that would be in the county to put them up, like White Pigeon would be a major hot spot, so to speak, because we have 12 and 131, we have Lutz Road that goes all the way to, the north end, the amount of areas that were there. So I'm like, so how would that be fair if we had to pay for all the cameras that are in our area and somebody else didn't? So I'm like, I said, when it was brought up, I said, well, why would it not? If this is something that they were gonna look on, it hasn't been voted, there's nothing signed, anything like that. Why would you not try to get a grant and then put together a program for St. Joe County where it was dispersed amongst every township, paid a little bit of money into it, if it was something they decided to do. What the meeting I went to, the camera readers, they snap a picture of the license plate, it goes through, it does not get a picture of who's driving the car, it gets a vague image of the car. So say your car got stolen and you called the police, reported it, any of those flock readers that were around St. Joe County automatically would notify if that plate was seen in the area so they could find it. A missing child. There's a Amber Alert goes out looking for this car. If that would read, it goes up, it's in there for 30 days, it's out of the system. It can't be used for speeding, it can't be used for anything else because they don't know who's driving the car. All it would be doing is looking for the car. That's what I was told at the meeting. Until more information is brought, we would not be voting on it until, like I said, it might be something shot down. It's just, they use these everywhere. Every toll road has them. They said 42 states already have these in place. Some spots in Michigan have these in place already.
Sturgis has one too.
What's that?
Sturgis has one too.
Yeah, like when you go through if you run a red light and it snaps a picture and it sends a ticket to the owner of the vehicle. They don't know who's driving, but the car, whoever the owner let drive that car broke the law, so, but I mean, that's not what this would be used for here. But I mean, it's the same system, so.
Well, I don't know, I've done a little research and I wouldn't say that, I would like to do some more, but what I've found out about it is actually fairly concerning because the cameras that are used, say at the red lights and, for speeding, I understand they only capture when there's an offense.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is monitoring all traffic all the time, capturing the license plate numbers. And it's kept in this database, like the flock security database.
Yep.
And it's not just, for White Pigeon, it's gonna be the whole county, actually nationwide. They have this central database for flock users to access. So if they wanna look up the license plate, they don't just find it here, they can see where it's been elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally a tracking system. And it's different from a security camera at, say, a bank or somewhere like that, because they're not putting a fingerprint or identification on each person that comes in and goes out.
Every person in there has a fingerprint on them right now, almost.
Well, is it facial recognition? Is it? Well, yes, but
I mean,
this is just adding. This
yeah,
is just
right.
It's a surveillance thing
Mm-hmm.
that takes away from privacy. So I would be concerned
Yeah.
about having.
No, I get that. I mean, that's absolutely. I mean, it's.
Oh, and here's the other thing. Do they need a warrant to check the license plate numbers?
Sorry.
From my understanding, there's no need for a warrant, so they can access it and use it anytime. And there's actually out in Oklahoma, some sheriff, some police were using it to track their exes and things like that, because you don't need a warrant. It's
There, I mean,
easy
it's,
access.
and it's just, and I'm not trying to argue with that. See, there is good and bad in any system that is somebody is trying to design. No matter what you do, I mean, like your cell phones, they were designed so you had a way to reach the people, but look how much bad goes on with a cell phone that people can do. The internet was designed to get information to people quickly. You didn't have to, search through catalogs for days and stuff. Look how much bad is used for it. There's bad in the world all around us. We try to do the right thing, and hopefully we trust our county, police officers that the part that they would be doing would be to the good, and that's one of the judgment calls that we would have to make at that time. No, and I get what you're saying. I totally understand it. I mean, it's a big pill to swallow in a short time, so.
There's an exchange of freedom for security. And
Yep.
I think this oversteps it. I believe there was a constitutional case about monitoring cell phone data for an ongoing amount of time
Mhm.
without having a warrant, and they said that was unconstitutional, and that's basically what's happening here. They're monitoring.
I think that's why they do it 30 days and it wipes it out. Maybe because I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why because he told us it wasn't 31 days, it was 30 days, and the system is cleared, and then.
But is there anything, here's the other thing, I believe if you have access to it, you can save and share before it gets deleted, so.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be
Again,
above my pay grade, so.
No warrant needed, so.
Unless we're all gonna get rid of these smartphones and Facebook, and I know everybody in this room's got Facebook, you spend 5 minutes talking and stuff
Oh, yeah.
that's up there.
Well-
And I'd rather give up a little bit of freedom to catch pedophiles, druggies, and everything that these things are supposed to do.
Right.
Child traffickers, so Big Brother's watching no matter what you do, so.
I mean, it was funny, Jeff, I don't usually, Jeff got a pontoon the other day, and we were talking about it, and I got home that night and I go on Facebook just to look to see what's happening in the world today, and I have 15 ads for pontoons show up on my phone.
I'd be
So-
more mad at Instagram, Meta, and all this stuff.
Yep, so. Alright, any other public comment? Alright, we'll move on, correspondence from the board. No? Alright, zoning. We had a complaint on Clear Lake that has been closed, they cleaned up their lot,
He just did it.
on Clear Lake Road.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Had another one on Hillendale at Clear Lake, they had, construction fence up, all that's been cleaned up, that case is closed. There's 2 new cases on, Dogwood Shore Lanes, trash everywhere. We had some complaint forms that where trash was floating in Clear Lake when we had those heavy rains. It washed down and the stream was floating out there, we went back and got pictures of it, there's trash all over, they've been giving her, letters to get it cleaned up or will be cited, that's due by the 15th. Our grass lake, that's ongoing, those, they refused the letters, the tickets that were in the mail. We should be getting those copies of the tickets back, so we can go to court to try to push to get those people off that grass lake. It was said that there's more stuff being moved in there, so we're trying to get that taken care of and cleaned up as quick as possible, so.
What happened in Grass Lake?
Um,
Oh, you're
The
talking
clean-
about
yeah.
the homeless.
yeah, yep,
Okay,
same
I
thing,
see.
so it's,
Okay, gotcha.
so,
Got lost.
so that's Mike's report for that. Treasurer's report, we did not have a treasurer's report, Anita is not here. I know taxes are being collected, there were about 15 copies of taxes that were returned from either wrong addresses or something with the post office returned them. She has been reaching out, I've reached out to a couple people that I knew who they were, just let them know that their addresses were wrong, so they're gonna be doing that, so if anybody has not received their tax bill, they can reach out to the treasurer and get copies of their summer taxes, because those all have been out in the mail, for that. Supervisor's report. Planning Commission, there's no new business, next meeting is July 7th. I'm sorry, October 6th, I'm looking at, I'm getting in right thing. October 6th, 2025, will be our next Planning Commission meeting. Zoning Board of Appeals, we had 1 variance on Edgewater Beach, a new house gonna be built, the lot size was under, they met all the setbacks, and they're actually moving like 14 or 16 foot further off the water to give them a bigger yard, so that kind of opens the view up for other people, so that was a nice one there. We had another nice new house going in out there. Board of Review, we had 8 parcel reviews, one hardship case for getting taxes reduced. Other than that, there were just some clerical errors that need to be cleaned up, some changes around on those. Went relatively smoothly, it was one of the simplest ones we've had so far, so. Sewer report, they will be posting the 1 pickup truck down there that they're gonna be selling. It's gonna go up for public bid. That should be released. Have you heard anything, Jeff? Did they get the new truck back, or is it not yet?
About a week.
About a week. So as soon as they get the new truck back, the other one will be cleaned, and we'll be setting up here at the township for people to inspect it. It's a
2011 Chevrolet 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive with a gas engine.
and a snowplow.
Yep, and
So that'll be coming up for public bid at the town, or at the sewer department. Like I said, we told them they can set up here for better visitation. Pretty nice truck's been well maintained. Be a nice truck for somebody, so, and then, also at the sewer, the solar system, has been shut down. They have not got the grants and stuff to us, and after doing more research, we feel that that is not gonna be as promising as what they thought it would be for us. Fire administration, Tyler wasn't here tonight, so they had White Pigeon Township last month had 9 call fire runs. The village had 3, Montville Township had 3 as well. So the numbers were down a little bit on that, which is good. We like to see that. Nothing major happening. Yeah, so we, all right, what else we got?
I just
Golf?
looked at that, sorry to interrupt, it'll go live August 18th to September 29th. I just looked at that email that Amy
Okay.
sent us.
So August 18th, the bids will be open for the truck.
Yes, till September 29th.
29th, and we'll read the bids at Monday would be probably the,
Last Monday of the month.
yep, so, and then
Sorry.
they'll make, so, the fire department's doing their golf outing August 23rd. When I talked to Tyler this morning, he thought there might have been 2 open spots on there. So if anybody's interested in the golf outing, you can reach out to Tyler, see if there's still any openings on that. They do a fundraiser, and that supports the Christmas.
Our Christmas Santa night, I know Paige has been to it, she knows what we do. We do our food drive, that we hand out food in the morning. As everything, the cost has gone up for everything, and last year it cost us about $11,000 for everything. Between the food we went out and bought additional, and then, we do 30 bicycles, we have chili, hot dogs, food, toys. Every kid gets a toy, a board game, yeah,
So,
Is the golf outing still at Clear Lake?
yes.
Okay.
so it's a good fundraiser. Anybody that needs in there, and I do have one other thing, supervisor's report. We have the cemetery. We had an issue up there with the water going to the back of it. Our main water lines were on the parcel that was sold that feed the cemetery. We do have a couple bids to try to fix this. I think I'm gonna look for one more alternative. To do a directional board hookup from the road to the back to get water back there. The cheapest bid was $8,125. The second bid came in from Harkers, which was $8,750, $8,750. And then we had a quote to have a well put in back there, which was $5,771. But we would have to enclose part of his building back there and heat it to house the bladder tanks and all that. So by the time we're done with that, they're back up close to $8,000 again. So we're gonna look for one more alternative to try to do that. I mean, we're getting late in the year. There is water at the cemetery if people need it towards the south end. A lot of cemeteries don't have water even in the cemetery, so I mean, it was something nice it provided. The stuff is underground. I'd like to try to get it back in working order, but at this time, I feel that's a little bit expensive to try to, see if we can't come up with a better alternative. So I'm gonna table that part of it. Again, cemetery report, had a couple funerals, small ones, cremations, and the big tree was removed, was all that was from the cemetery.
How are you coming on your plots and everything?
Bobby's done a wonderful job in that. She'll go a little bit. She's got Memorial Park, all the spreadsheets worked out. She's got the map about a third of the way laid out. Not real close. Well, I'm gonna give you a pat on the back because you'll get done tomorrow. But, so we're cross-referencing everything here. So we got which spots are supposed to be open, and then once she gets the maps made, we got to physically go up, and because the maps say one thing, the deeds say something else. So we're gonna go up the third, and we're gonna make it so anybody will be able to do. She's got it color coded.
Red is dead.
Red is deceased. That there's somebody buried in there. Black is that somebody owns it, and yellow is supposed to be yep.
Yellow's, well, I have it highlighted, it's questionable on the database, it said it was, open, and then on the plot mat, I guess is what
Yeah.
you'd call it shows there's people's names on it, so we have to go out and check, is there really somebody here? Cause it wasn't in the database.
And then we found
And
an
then-
old ordinance that if the lots were so old and not used, sold so long ago, the township can reclaim them, and I'm not up to doing that at this point in time, I mean, because we need to
Way down
find
the
out, I mean, one of the things we gotta do is find out how can we get a hold of the next of kin to get these lots transferred in somebody else's name if they want them, or if they wanna sign them back over to do this, so.
But I'm making a note that this was bought in 1972, this was bought in 1966, and who it was sold to, so we don't have to go back and look for that, so that's like way down the road.
So, but we are making great progress on that, and like I said, it's, even like the amount that she's done, we had somebody the other day come up, she was able to punch the name in the database, the new database, it popped right up, was able to find it very quickly, and, yeah. So, and the cemetery report, ambulance report, Amy,
I have a meeting coming up here on the 21st, 6 PM in Centerville. And the gentleman that is it Bob? I can't remember his name. He's the Sherman Township super.
Stephen Wolf, isn't it? Steve Wolf.
Steve, he is resigning. He told us at the last meeting, he said, you need to find somebody to, he said, cause I'm done. He's cutting back, so they're looking for somebody to,
Head the ambulance committee up,
yeah.
okay. Alright, Bobby, administrative assistant report.
Okay, 23 dump passes last month, 33 burn passes in July. As Jason said, I have finished the Excel spreadsheet for Memorial Park, and now I'm created a Word table with a plot map, so I'm cross-referencing what was on the Excel spreadsheet, which came from the database that was here, and matching and highlighting the discrepancies. And then afterward, there'll have to be a physical verification to check the plots that are in question. If they match up, they're good. If there's, you know, one says it's open, one says there's somebody's buried there, and then the ones that are open to make sure they're really open, that there's nobody there. The township website has been updated. I submitted all the changes to Geek Genius. It's been reviewed. I emailed Corey today. He was waiting on pictures. We wanted to get some pictures of the entrance of the cemetery, but we really couldn't see it with the trees, so he's gonna go and launch the new updated website, and we'll just add those pictures later.
Okay, thank you. Clerk's report, Lacey.
Oh, yes, I have a few things, just quick. Payroll was done, bank reconciliations are caught up. I had a couple fire department people I had to reissue checks for because they auto-clear after 6 months, which was the exact amount of money I was missing in my reconciliation. So 2 of those people I sent letters and asked them to please cash the checks, so that doesn't happen again. Since it was the end of our fiscal year, we really need to look at the budget and make some amendments for last year's fiscal year. So I was hoping to propose something. Usually I just do it as long as the budget's balanced and we're not over. But if you have suggestions, I'm always open to them. If you guys want to look at the budget, and if you have questions of why things are over,
Yep.
let me know, because everything in BSNA is clickable. So then when I open that number, it'll show me what made that number, which is nice for understanding. Jason already took care of the debit card that I was asking for. And I think I'm gonna be changing my hours to Tuesday. I already have to come in on Tuesdays for payroll and, meetings. And I used to work at the village on Tuesdays, which I don't anymore, so I think when my son goes back to school, I'm gonna change it to Tuesday, if anybody cares.
I do, because I have to update the
I know.
website.
But I talked to you about it. It just occurred to me yesterday, it would be nice, because I'm always popping in here on Tuesday. Why not just make my hour? I only made it Thursday originally, because that was one of my days off at the village. So,
So how many days a week do you work?
just one.
Just one?
But I mean, I pop in if other days, if something's needed. So I'm typically here on Thursdays, but if it's an election or other things are going on, payroll meetings, I'm here on Tuesday too. So I think that's all we have.
Okay. Board comments, Sheila. Amy? Lacey? I just got one back to the web. One thing we did is where we are redesigning that, we're trying to help promote growth in the township and the village because we're all one. We are kind of spotlighting like the local restaurants, some of the stuff that's on there, to try, so people understand that there is stuff around here. I mean, you stop thinking, oh, we're gonna go to dinner at tonight, you know, I mean, if people are messing with that, all the forms will be online, building permits, zoning applications, we're gonna do the burn permit application online. Eventually, yep, as soon as we get that, we wanna hopefully have a way to do that where they can just fill it out and submit it, and then, but like I said, that's a work in progress, but the website does look great. I can't wait for him to get it up and running 100%, and should be here by next meeting. We should hopefully have that all going, and like I said, appreciate everybody coming out, supporting the township, and that's all I've got.
This is entirely out of order, but I just received a text that Eric Jones, who sits on the planning commission, his wife passed away today.
Okay, sorry to. Yep. All right, appreciate you letting us know that, and we'll, yeah, get a card for him, and yeah, like I said, yeah, if you see him, tell him, yeah, we're sorry about his loss, but we'll try to reach out, and, yeah, since he was gone another day, because I know you had, his wife was sick that day, yeah.
She's been ill. So.
Yep, so, okay. Anything else? Would they make a motion to adjourn? I'll make a motion. Second. All in favor? Aye. We're closed at 6:41.
That doesn't need to go in the
That's what I was
minutes.
questioning.
Yeah.
Who made the motion to adjourn?
Jason.
Okay.
I seconded it.
I couldn't hear.
Yep.
You kind of mumble.
I do, I'm just sorry. I'm just sad that we have to leave. I like to stay here for a little longer, and
Yeah, this could be positive, and I think all over.